producing and storing food to meet the global food demand. More than half of the world's population is directly or indirectly engaged in agriculture. Now my friends are here to briefly explain about this topic in the way of 7 habits.
Good morning to see the fields. There we observe how the farming has happened. We interviewed some farmers and we are amazed that they are unknowingly following 7 habits. Now my friends are here to explain how the farmers follow 7 habits.
Habit number 1. Be proactive. Proactively, farmers are planning for cultivation, preparation of soil, selection and sowing of seeds, addition of manure and fertilizer, irrigation, etc. will be planned in advance properly before cultivation. Habit number 2. Begin with the end in the mind. Before sowing seeds, they know what will they get in the harvesting. In the beginning itself, they know what will they get in the end.
Habit number 3. Put first things first. They know very well for what they need to give priority. Before seeding, they level the field and prepare the soil for cultivation.
Habit number 4. Think win-win. Most of the farmers discuss with us that they are using natural manure instead of fertilizers. They will ensure people's welfare as well as they get profit.
Habit number 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Agriculture officers give some instructions to the farmers. Farmers listen to them and they utilize their techniques in the field and gain profit.
Habit number 6. Synergize. All the farmers are not having all types of machines. They are sharing these things with one another. It brings good relation within them.
Habit number 7. Sharp in the saw. In olden days, farmers used ancient techniques. But nowadays, farmers are using new techniques to improve the production of the crops. Food, fiber and other useful products is known as agriculture. Plants are the same kind when cultivated at the same place. For food, fodder, fiber and other useful products is known as crops. A wide area of land where a crop is cultivated is known as a field. Thank you.
Classification of crops?
Yes, Abhirami. Do you know mind map method?
Yes.
Can I explain in it?
Yeah, it is easy to understand.
Crops are classified in several ways. Crops are classified based on the products they yield. The products obtained from these crops are known as crop products. June or July and harvested in September or October. Some examples of kharif crops are paddy, cotton, groundnut and even more. Rabi crops. These crops are grown during the winter season as they require less water, between October and April. Some examples of rabi crops are wheat, grass and pea.
Palash, can you explain the classification of crops on their purpose?
So the purposes such as food crop, subsistence crop and cash crop. Food crop. A crop grown for the purpose of food is known as a food crop. Wheat and paddy are some examples of food crop. Subsistence crop. A crop grown by a farmer to fulfill the needs of his family is known as a subsistence crop. Wheat and corn are some examples of subsistence crop. Cash crop. A crop grown by a farmer for sales and the profit is known as a cash crop. Tea and cotton are some examples of cash crops.
Crops are harvested and stored. These animals are collectively termed as agriculture practices. The techniques involved are preparation of soil, selection of soil seeds, addition of manure and fertilizer, irrigation, harvesting, threshing, winnowing and storage. Thank you.
Happy morning to all. I am Raja. Now I am going to explain about plowing. Plowing is the process of loosening and turning of soil using a tool or an implement called the plow. The plow can be made of iron or wood. The wooden plow is used for 1,000 of years in agriculture. Nowadays it is being replaced by the iron plow. The plow can be either pulled by cattle or by tractors. Although the use of tractors is expensive but saves a lot of time and money to the farmer.
Ajit, say some advantages of plow.
Advantages of plowing. It helps the root to penetrate deep into the soil. It ensures proper drainage of water. Deeper the soil is, the better is the drainage. It ensures proper mixing of fertilizers and as well as organic matters into the soil. Thank you.
About leveling. The plowed soil often has tons of soil that need to be broken or crushed. The soil need to be suitably leveled before sowing of seeds. This is achieved using a leveler. This process is called leveling. Thank you.
Now I am going to explain about selection of seeds. It is an important process in agriculture. Farmers should be very careful about the seeds they sow. The seeds they sell should be of good quality. That is, they should be healthy, clean and disease free. Now I am going to perform an activity to separate healthy seeds from unhealthy seeds. Take a bowl. Let the bowl remain undisturbed for half an hour. You will observe that some of the seeds sink in water whereas some others float in water. This is because the unhealthy seeds are lighter and float in water, whereas the ones that sink in water are healthy ones and fit for sowing. In my activity, all the seeds are healthy, so they doesn't float. Thank you. Happy morning, Ji. I am Raja Kishore. Now I am going to explain seeding. Seeding for purpose specific.
washing of seeds. A seed drill is used to sort the seeds. It is a funnel-shaped ball and connecting to a series of long tubes that have narrow holes. It is a plow and releases the seeds gradually as the plow furrows the land. The seeds get covered by soil automatically. In this method, also prevent the damage caused by birds and save time and labor. Thank you. Happy morning to all. This is Rani Kashka. Now I am going to explain addition of manure and fertilizers. Continuous cultivation of the crops in the same field for the several years depletes the nutrients of the soil. Crops planted in such field grow weak and also give poor yield. Thus, soil has to be replenished with its lost nutrients from time to time using the materials such as manure and fertilizers. These materials ensure the availability of the adequate amount of nutrients to the crops sown in the soil. Now myself and Nikita are going to explain the merit and demerit of manure and fertilizers in the differentiation method. Manure is an organic substance.
Fertilizer is an inorganic substance.
It is prepared in field.
It is prepared in factories.
It is rich in organic nutrients.
It is rich in inorganic nutrients.
It is not harmful.
Continuous use increase crop production but can lead to soil and water pollution.
Quite bulky and difficult to transport.
Less bulky and easy to transport.
Increase the water holding capacity of the soil, improves the soil texture and makes the soil porous, which facilitates gaseous exchanges.
Overuse of fertilizer can make the soil less fertile in long run.
Not soluble in water, thus absorbed by plants slowly.
Dissolved in water readily, thus absorbed by plants quickly.
Example, composite and manure that obtained from the decomposition of dead plants and animals.
Example, urea, ammonia sulfate, potash. Thank you.
சொர்க்கம் என்பது மண்ணில் உள்ளது அதை நாமும் காப்போமே விவசாயம் காக்கணுமே நீய சமரி நாட்டுக்காக பயிர்கள் விளைந்த மண் பசுமை நிலம் காக்கணுமே நீய சமரி பட்டாடை போல பயிர்கள் விளைந்த மண்.
Such as decomposition of dead animals and plants by microbes. This method of replenishing nutrition of soil is called field development. Nutrition of soil can also be naturally replenished by using the method of crop rotation. Thank you.
Availability of right amount of water. Plants can absorb minerals and fertilizers in the presence of water. Seeds do not germinate in the absence of water. Hence, agriculture fields should be watered regularly. Some examples of traditional methods and modern methods are Dekli, chain pump, moat and rahat. These methods are cheaper. These methods also used for irrigation and are operated by using diesel and electricity.
Happy morning. I am Alam Dilkuman. Sprinkler system is a method by which water is sprinkled over the field by rotating sprinklers. Water flows through the main pipe and then through the small pipe with the help of pumps or motors. This method is useful for uneven lands, land with scarcity of water and in sandy regions.
Hi, happy morning to all. This is Rani Devashni. Drip system is a method by which water is allowed to fall drop by drop only on the root of the plant.
Now we are going to see the new topic of this lesson, protection from weed. The growth of various undesirable plants in a field along with crop is quite common. These undesirable plants are called weeds. The process of removal of weed from the field is called weeding. Amaranthus, foxtails, parthenium and ripcord plantain are some common examples of weeds. Weeds can adversely affect the plant growth as they compete with the crop plants for nutrient, space, water and sunlight.
Moment Fazil. Now I am going to explain how to do weed in the field. Weeding can be done by any one of the following: manually by hands by using trowel, harrow and by using certain chemicals called the weedicides. Weedicides are sprayed over the field and selectively kills only the weeds. Dichlorofenoxyacetic acid and methylchlorophenolic acid are the some examples of weedicides. Weeds can be removed from the field by planting certain plants such as sunflower and soya beans. These plants releases the toxic substances into the soil and inhibits the growth of weeds.
Happy morning, I am Raja Mandir. Now I am going to say some natural methods of pest control. Pesticides are very harmful for both wanted and unwanted organisms. Farmers all over the world are now practicing natural methods to protect their crop from pests. Now I am going to say 2 natural methods of pest control. Number 1, by crop rotation. Pests are usually specific to one type of crop. If same type of crop not grown continuously but grown alternatively with the other type of crop, then the life cycle of pests get interrupted by the stage. Thus, pests driven on a particular type dies out. Number 2, by introducing natural predators. Birds eat various types of insects are encouraged to live near the field by placing nests and water ball near the field. Thank you. Oh yeah, I did it.
I am Ravi. Now I am going to explain advantage of using pesticides. They kill the pest quickly and increase the food production. It is easy to store and use. Abhinami, can you also say the disadvantages of pesticides? Yes, Shankaram. Disadvantage of using pesticides. They will affect the wildlife in the area they are spread. Continuous usage of pesticides lead the ability resistant among pests. Excess usage of pesticides increase the acidic content in the soil. It may also cause soil and water pollution. They may also enter in a food chain from one level to another. It may cause infection of skin and respiratory system. It has been observed that chemical used for pesticides are adversely affects on nature. Nowadays, scientists trying alternative method to control pests without using chemical. If we put the organism that are natural enemy of a pest into the field, then they will only destroy the pest, not harm to the crop. The living organism used to control pests is known as biological pest control. Scientists found the eco-friendly chemical called pheromones that lure adult male insects into the special traps and prevent them from breeding. It protects the plant without harming nature. Thank you.
Crops are cut and gathered once they are mature. This process is called harvesting. The crop is harvested either manually using a sickle or by a machine called thresh harvester. The grain is covered by husk which is loosened by the process called threshing. This process can be done manually by beating the crop stack against a hard floor or by a machine called thresher. There is a farm machine known as combine which is used for both harvesting and threshing at the same time. After the process of threshing, the husks of the grains are left behind. These are called chaffs which have to be separated from the grains. Winnowing involves the separation of lighter chaffs from heavier grains. On a small scale, this is done by dropping the grains from a height such that the heavier grains falls on the ground and lighter grains is carried away by the wind. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I did it.
Happy morning, I am Rani Sarana. Once a crop is harvested, the grains have to be free from moisture and safe from insects or pest attack. Presence of moisture promotes microbial growth in the grains. So, grains have to be first dried in the sun and then packed in gunny bags or metallic bins to be stored in well-ventilated godowns. Large-scale storage of grains is done in granaries or silos to protect them from pest attacks such as rodents, microbes or insects. Thank you.
Happy morning to all. I am Rani Danushka. Now I am going to explain about nitrogen cycle. The process of fixing atmospheric nitrogen which is used by animals and plants and returned to atmosphere is called nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen fixation. The process of fixing atmospheric nitrogen into inorganic compounds by microorganisms such as rhizobium bacteria. These bacteria are present in roots of plants like peas, beans and other leguminous crops. Atmospheric nitrogen is absorbed by these bacteria and converted into other forms that can be used by plants. The role of nitrogen fixing bacteria is to supply plants with vital nutrients from which they can obtain from air themselves. This process is called biological nitrogen fixation. Thank you.
Happy morning to all. I am Rani Pratibha. Now I am going to tell about atmospheric nitrogen fixation. In addition to this biological process, lightning, volcanic eruption and forest fires also help in converting atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. High temperature due to lightning is responsible for the reaction between nitrogen and oxygen. This reaction produces oxides of nitrogen as a final product. This process is called atmospheric nitrogen fixation. When these oxides come in contact with rainwater, they form a dilute nitric acid which in turn reacts with soil alkalis and form nitrates. Nitrates are also formed in the soil by the action of certain nitrifying bacteria such as Nitrobacter. Thank you.
Raja Kamesh. Although half of the world population is engaged in agriculture, only about 11% of land area under this devoted to growing of crops. Crops not only start with governments, they serve as a raw material to various industries. A great variety of crops are grown all over the world depending on geographical and socio-economic conditions of different regions. Thank you.
Happy morning to all. I am Rajan Naveen. Now I am going to explain about the factors influencing agriculture. Climate refers to the long-term pattern of weather in a particular area. Elements of climate like temperature and rainfall play an important role in determining the agricultural activities throughout the world. For example, in the warm tropical regions, agricultural activities can be practiced throughout the year, whereas in regions near to the pole, the temperature is too low for the cultivation of crops. Crops like paddy and rice are grown in regions with heavy rainfall, whereas crops like wheat and millet are grown in drier regions. Soil varies in chemical composition, size and texture. Hence, different type of crops are grown in different type of soil. For example, paddy grows best in clayey alluvial soil, whereas wheat grows best in sandy soil. Relief refers to the variation of height from place to place on the land surface. The low-lying lands like plains, river valleys, deltas such as the northern plains are suitable for the cultivation of crops as the water does not drain away easily, whereas the hilly regions such as the Himalayan regions are not suitable for the cultivation of crops as the water drains away easily. Social and economic factors. Factors like cost of farming, transportation facilities, availability of labor, demand for crop, government policies, system of land ownership also influence the agriculture in a region. Thank you.
As black hat refers to disadvantages, now I'm going to list the disadvantages of locust attack. During 2019 to 2020, locust attack has been reported in the districts of Rajasthan and Gujarat. Rajasthan government has reported that the total area of 1,79,584 hectares of land were affected by locust attack. India controlled these locusts by new technologies including drones. The main cause of locust attack is heavy rains during the breeding season and westerly storm winds. These locusts didn't cause any harm to animals and humans, but it created great damage to agricultural fields by ingesting the crops.
Red hat refers to feeling. Now I am going to say the feeling of farmers. They are feeling very bad because they are not benefited and not able to fulfill their family needs. Comparing to other occupations, farmer work is very difficult. Sometimes nature also affects their occupation. White hat refers to facts. This is the real thing facing by farmers. They are working hard in their fields and they get good yield, but they are not enjoying it.
Blue hat refers to process. Now I am going to tell about the process of agriculture. Innovation for the agriculture goes through 3 stages: product development, market validation and commercialization. The main process of agriculture includes preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizer, irrigation, harvesting and storage.
Green hat refers to creativity. Farmers are using new techniques in their field as they have to improve the production of the crop as they have to get much profit. Yellow hat refers to benefits. Agriculture supplies raw materials to various agro-based industries like sugar, jute, cotton, textile and vanaspati industries. In India, at least 2/3 of working population can earn either through agri-work. Thank you.
Happy morning. I am Raja Shankaram. I am going to tell about agriculture development. Agriculture as one of the primary occupations of humans from the time they started a settled life. As the world population grew, the demand for food increased and waste and means were devised to grow more and more crops from land. New areas were brought under cultivation. Irrigation facilities, better seeds, fertilizers and improved methods of farming was introduced to increase agriculture production. Industrial development, example, ploughing. In those days, farmers used pair of cows for plowing the soil. Nowadays, farmers use tractors for plowing the soil. Industrial development gave further boost in growth in agriculture. Modern machines like tractors and combine harvesters not only made farm work fast and smooth, they also increase agriculture production manifold. The use of modern marketing, storage facilities and communication technologies has gone a long way in modernizing agriculture. Example, in those days, farmers used some gudowns for storing the rice. Nowadays, rice is stored in a big container called silos. In India, the government has contributed to agriculture development by introducing a number of institutional reforms like change in land tenure, provide credit facilities to small farmers and crop insurance policies. All these efforts are gone and today the rate of increase in world food production is more than the population growth. Thank you.
Achariya, world-class education.